Hey, welcome to another episode or another vlog of Boss Life. I'm the host and creator, Marcus Thompson, and this time I try not to have as much shaking as I did in the last video. Yeah. Anyways, today I want to talk about being successful in spite of all your haters. And haters come in many shapes and sizes. It might be your parents telling you not to do something because they don't believe in it, so you shouldn't believe in it. You might have the pastor saying, hey, that's the devil's doing and you shouldn't do it unless you pay your tithe. Ain't that something? You might have your best friends who will tell you don't do something because they're afraid of losing you to some newer friends who are more advanced than them because they can't get off their sorry butts to advance along with you. Like I said, they come in all shapes and sizes and they all hate for one reason or another. The fact of the matter is, if you got haters, you should pat yourself on the back, because that means that you are advancing. You are doing something that others just don't like. They don't appreciate the hard work and dedication you have to grow your own business, or just make something of yourself. This sun is ridiculous, ain't it? It's about 40 degrees out here, but the sun is out and about. Can't complain too much. But anyways, they gonna come in all shapes and sizes. They gonna have all their reasons to disagree with you. I should know, because so far since I started Boss Life, you'll be amazed how many haters I done got coming out the woodworks. And I don't even know these people. It's just the fact that I am out here posting these videos on the day, every day, come hell or high water, they're getting posted up. It's gotten to a point where I'm recording it in a day in advance. That way, the closer my wife get to her expected date in pregnancy, I could be ahead of the game. I could be ahead of the curve, and I could still keep these coming. To be consistent with it. I want y'all to see me as consistent as the milkman with a cheating wife. But anyways, there's a lot of talk, a lot of big talk about some of the stuff that came out in the news about Donald Trump. And some of it is racial, some of it is tax reason. So I guess you could call it a racist and a classist or an elitist, if that's what you want to call them. And we're all tuning in, we're all gravitating to it, because Donald Trump is just one of them guys who just, where controversy just magnetized to him. Whatever he do, whatever he say, it's just controversy. That ain't the way to live, but it is what it is. And one of the big issues that everybody has had since the start of the year is the bill passing, or shall I say since the end of last year, is the bill passing for taxes. Now, the taxes were meant for the rich, or for those who makes a certain amount of money, or those who runs a business. Fine. Now, what I'm going to tell you, it might surprise you. Number one, I don't care what that lunatic says. It don't matter to me one way or another. Because to me, to just sit back and listen to half the rhetoric that he just speaks on a daily, it's just too time consuming. I got more things to do with my time than to debate with somebody on whether or not if this guy's a bigot or not a bigot, even though all his action says, is pointing towards him being a bigot. That's not for me to sit up here and judge and examine with others, whether they for Trump or against Trump. What I'm going to say here today is use him to your advantage. Now, since that tax bill is meant for those for all the haves and not the have-nots, maybe we should learn how to position ourselves better to have the haves. And that's another reason for me starting a lot of things that I'm starting, from the Boss Life channel to the Boss Life blogging that's connected to this, and to my digital marketing service that I'm trying to start up. More importantly, I think I'm going to get my older brother on board with the digital marketing thing, and we both can just go crazy. We could just ball out of control with new consumers, new customers. I guess in our own strange way, making the world a better place. And so I'm doing all this because I know just being a just everyday mechanic is no longer going to cut the mustard. This is the same example as if, you know, the Germans in 1942, they have airplanes, they have rail guns, just ready to tear up, just really wipe out a town off the map. They about business. They sitting in their bunker trying to come up with the most devious, most just demonic thing they could come up with to hurt somebody. Whether you a Jew, whether you an American, whether you a black, they don't care. They even went as far as to come up with some propaganda for black people, saying how well black people will be treated if they just stop fighting for America and come onto their side and they'll be treated better, quote unquote. You know, they pulled out all the stops. There was no end to their madness. They went from 1 to 100 in a snap of a finger. And so when people know that's the kind of crazies you are dealing with, you gotta position yourself to take that on. So what we did was form allegiance with the rest of the world, or with a better part of the world, and, you know, became the Allied powers. Y'all know the history. And we just go and start kicking butt. It took half the world to stop one country. That's amazing. That's a story in itself. How can one country just come through and just stomp a mud hole in everybody? You know what I'm saying? Now that I think about it, it's damn near ingenious in its own insane way when you really look at it. When it takes a whole world to stop one country. But anyways, back onto topic. We know what kind of fighter Donald Trump is. We know going into this boxing ring that he has a habit of biting ears, hitting below the belt, hitting with elbows, headbutting. Hell, he might, in between rounds, he might even go out the ring and kick your mama in her face. That's just the type of fighter he is, and he's looking for every edge possible to fight you, including getting on Twitter and disrespecting some good people. That's just his ways. And so knowing that, here's my question to you. Why would you go into battle with Donald Trump with a knife when you know damn well he got his finger on the button for an atomic blow up? There's got to be a more strategic way of fighting them. So with that being said, you know his tax laws. You know his thoughts on immigrants. One thing Donald Trump has never been ashamed of showing is his wolf teeth. He's not a wolf in sheep clothing by far. He's a wolf being a wolf doing wolf things. He is not barking. He is biting. And he is showing you, he is top dog, and he's pissing on everything to show you that this is his territory. He is marking his territory. So why aren't you people getting up every day trying to position yourself to get the hell out of his way, out of this speeding train, before it comes and smack you and hurt you very well? It's the same way I think of the Bitcoin. We all know it's going to crash sooner rather than later. So do something about it. You know, cut your losses somewhere. I ain't saying take all your money out of Bitcoin, but find a strategic exit to get out the way. And we know if you got family who are immigrants who are coming over here, let's find a strategic way of getting them over here and keeping them here and getting the hell out of this madman's way. If we know that he's going to tax the middle to lower class like never before, instead of pissing and moaning about it, let's get out the way. Let's start things in our position, in our favor, to give us that leg up. So when he does come through swinging his bat around, trying to hit everything in a China store, we can absorb some of that hit and be okay. You know, we can still keep the lights on, still feed the babies, still keep the roof over our heads. And that's the reason why you see me in 2018 hustling so hard to get so many things up and running. because I see what's going on. And at this moment, they done try to impeach the man. They got the Republicans going up against the man. But the fact that he's still able to accomplish his agendas tells me a lot. There's really not too many things that's going to stop him from doing whatever the hell it is he wants to do. And he's one of your haters. He's a big hater because he only wants what's best for what he believes in. Like most presidents. So I don't care if we had Obama in the house. I don't care if we had George Bush Sr. or Jr. in the house. Bill Clinton, JFK, so on and so forth. They all gonna make judgments on their beliefs. And if you understand their beliefs and you know where they're coming from, and if you see that it's gonna hurt you in some kind of way, why not position yourself to get out the way? If you know Republicans are money hungry elitists, position yourself to, not necessarily you have to be elite, but position yourself to where you're not being peed on by them. Don't let them mark you as their territory. Because if you sit up here and boo-hoo and cry about it, that's going to lead to nothing but more misery. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't say it no simpler than that. I don't care who's in the office. All we know is that things are happening. And sometimes, or a lot of times, not in our favor. If you know big businesses in the Obama era is getting bailed out, you know what? Fine, let them take the money. Can you find a way of tapping into that source of as a source of income? That's a resource that you might be able to tap into. If a bank gets $1 billion from the Obama administration, they got to spend that billions of dollars. Is there a way you can tap into it as being a vendor? They might have a problem that you can solve. Hey, they got $1 billion. I got $1 million idea that'll help you make more money, to help you get rid of that loan you got from the government. You don't think they will spend that measly 1% instead of just going off and vacationing on it? That's what I'm saying, people. Sometimes you gotta look at every opportunity with a scope, with a microscope. And like Dan Locke once says, whenever you make a move, whenever you do something, a rich person mindset is, how can I make money off of that? If I go buy a 4,000 square foot home, how can it save me money? How can it make me money? Maybe I put in a gym down at the bottom, so now I don't gotta pay $10 or $20, maybe $100, $200 a month on gym membership fees. I just save myself some money. All that matters. So instead of complaining, how can you benefit from certain things that seems to be going against you? And that's how you leverage your haters. If you got 1 million people saying you ain't blankety blank, fine. Start a YouTube channel and make them notice. Stand up and notice. Let them subscribe to you. Because you'll get more people subscribing to your channel just to hate on you than you would people who will lift you up. Ain't that something? So you should start a YouTube channel and let YouTube pay you, because you got 1 million or 2 million haters out there who wants to just crap on your art, crap on you, period. They just hate you. They love to hate you. So you might as well use them ignorant fools to get your money. All right? That's all I have for you today. And I thank y'all for joining me again. Damn near 15 minutes. I appreciate y'all. Like this, share this with your friends, and try to get some kind of value out of this. I'll see you guys later.